What's going on, everybody? This is your WOF Outlook and discussion for January 11th, 2023. Okay, everyone. The severe threat that was forecast to materialize over parts of the south central United States and lower Mississippi Valley, that threat has shifted eastward to the southeast United States across parts of Alabama and Georgia, with a marginal risk still forecast for the remainder of the lower Mississippi Valley and parts of the southeast United States. But for today, Wednesday, even though the threat for the mid, south, central, and parts of the lower Mississippi Valley has decreased, there is still a marginal risk if you stay in the mid Mississippi Valley to lower Ohio Valley areas, which does include southern Missouri, southern Illinois, parts of Indiana. These areas do have a chance of seeing a marginal risk of severe weather, isolated, damaging winds, maybe a brief isolated tornado or two in this area later this evening and overnight. But we're going to shift our focus to Thursday, where we do have a slight risk of severe weather for parts of Alabama and Georgia. And as it states, isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms appear possible Thursday across parts of the lower Mississippi Valley, Tennessee, Ohio valleys, and southeast. Damaging winds should be the main threat, but a brief tornado or two may also occur. An upper trough will advance eastward Thursday from the lower mid Mississippi Valley across the eastern United States while amplifying. A 50 to 70 knot mid level west southwesterly jet will overspread much of the southeast and parts of the Tennessee and Ohio valleys through the day. A surface low is forecast to develop northeast across the Ohio Valley and lower Great Lakes vicinity while deepening. So, yes, the threat is going to be here across parts of Alabama, Georgia, and even South Carolina for strong gusty winds and possibly an isolated tornado or two. As we take a look at the dynamics going for this system tomorrow, but before I briefly touch on that, I want to briefly say the reason why I believe that the threat has not really materialized across parts of the mid, south, and lower Mississippi Valley, where the Storm Prediction Center was forecasting a marginal risk yesterday, is because of the low level flow, that strong low level flow that you usually see off the Gulf is not occurring with this system. So that is one of the um, main inhibiting factors for the development of these storms today. But tomorrow, Thursday, that could kind of possibly be a different story. As you can see here, the system is right here in southern Illinois, Missouri. And as you can see, the strong belt of winds across Mississippi and Alabama, even extending into parts of Louisiana. As we move on to midday Thursday, let's go. As we move on to midday Thursday, you can see that the belt of strongest lift and support is going to be well to the northeast of southeast Louisiana into Alabama and then heading into Georgia. So if you stay in this area or visiting this area for Thursday, please be on the lookout for damaging winds and possibly a brief tornado or two with some of these severe storms. It looks like it will mainly be going on in Mississippi and Alabama during the day, during the morning hours. Then, as we get to the afternoon and the evening hours, it starts to shift towards Alabama and Georgia. And then, as we start to get into the evening and overnight hours, you can see it starts to move on out into the Carolinas. But as I back it up just a little bit, you can see there, like I said yesterday, there's still a strong belt of winds down here along the Gulf Coast, which is why we can't rule out a strong damaging winds with these severe storms not out of the question for Southeast Louisiana. And if we can look at the timing for these storms, possibly, and this is roughly 6 a.m. Thursday morning, you can see the front is extending across parts of Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana. And as you can see, we will be having showers popping up ahead of the front. As we move on into time, as we head on to about midday, about the noon hour, As you can see, the strongest of the thunderstorms are going to be to the north of southeast Louisiana. So our greatest threat of severe weather is going to be from Mississippi north into Alabama and Georgia. And as you can see, by midday, this front should be coming through the New Orleans area, the storms that is, across southern Mississippi into central northern Alabama and Tennessee. And as we move on further into the day, you can see where that severe threat does increase as you head in towards Atlanta and towards the Atlanta area in Georgia. And this will be almost roughly about 6 o'clock their time, between 4 and 6, somewhere around their time. And then behind all of this system, it's going to turn cooler behind this system for the weekend. So that's going to be it for this video, you guys. I will be back tomorrow with an update on the timing of these storms. So if you stay in this location of the United States, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, be on the lookout for some strong damaging winds and possibly a brief tornado or two tomorrow as this system moves on through. So I will talk to you guys later. Stay safe, be careful.